Have you ever wondered if a trust fund can be a good way to generate income? Well, you're not alone. The world of finance is filled with opportunities and pitfalls, and it's important to understand each one before making a decision. That's where we come in. Today we're going to delve into the fascinating and complex world of trust funds. We'll explore what they are, how they work, and most importantly, if they can be a source of income. We'll break down the complexities and jargon into simple, digestible information. By the end of this video, you'll be armed with the knowledge you need to understand trust funds and their potential as income generators. So whether you're an investor looking for new opportunities, a parent planning for your child's future, or simply someone interested in expanding your financial knowledge, this video is for you. Stay tuned to explore the world of trust funds and their potential as income generators. To start, let's define what a trust fund is. Picture this. You've got a beautiful apple tree that bears fruit every year. You want to make sure that those apples are shared fairly among your family, even when you're not around to oversee it. Here's where a trust fund comes into play. A trust fund in its simplest form is like a special container where you place your assets, be it money, property, or yes, even those metaphorical apples. But instead of you managing these assets, you appoint a trustee to do it for you. This trustee could be a trusted individual, a company, or even a group of people. The purpose of a trust fund? Well, it's all about control and protection. You're not just handing over your assets, you're setting up a system that dictates how and when those assets will be distributed. Maybe you want your grandkids to get the apples when they turn 18, or perhaps you want the apples to be sold, and the money given to a charity of your choice. You get to call the shots here. One of the key components of a trust fund is the beneficiary or beneficiaries. These are the people or organizations that you intend to benefit from your trust fund. They're the ones who will eventually get the apples or the proceeds from selling them based on the rules you've set. Now, a trust fund isn't a one-size-fits-all arrangement. There are many different types of trust funds, each with its own set of rules and benefits. Some are designed for estate planning, others for charitable giving, and some can even help reduce tax liabilities. But the common thread is that they provide a structured way to manage and distribute assets. Trust funds are not just for the mega-rich. Anyone with assets they want to protect and distribute in a specific way can set up a trust fund. It's like creating a roadmap for your assets, ensuring they reach the right destinations at the right times. Now that we understand what a trust fund is, let's delve into its potential for income generation. So, how do trust funds generate income? Let's dive in and explore this together. Trust funds, at their core, are a financial tool. They hold and manage assets on behalf of a beneficiary. These assets can be anything from real estate to stocks to bonds to cash. But no matter the asset, the ultimate goal is usually the same: to generate income. Most commonly, trust funds generate income through investments. The trustee, who is responsible for managing the trust, may invest the assets in a diverse portfolio. This could include stocks, bonds, real estate, and mutual funds, among other things. The goal is to grow the trust fund's assets and generate income through capital gains. Think of it like planting a seed and watching it grow over time. In addition to capital gains, trust funds can also generate income through dividends. If the trust fund is invested in dividend-paying stocks or mutual funds, it can receive regular payments. These dividends are then either distributed to the beneficiary, reinvested into the trust fund, or a combination of both. Interest is another way trust funds can generate income. If the trust fund holds assets like bonds or savings accounts, it can earn interest over time. This interest can then be used in a similar way to dividends, either distributed or reinvested. The trustee plays a crucial role in all of this. They're like the captain of the ship, steering the trust fund towards its financial goals. They make investment decisions, manage the assets, and ensure the trust fund is generating income. But it's important to remember that while trust funds have the potential to generate income, they also come with certain risks. Investments can lose value, dividends can decrease, and interest rates can fluctuate. This is why the role of the trustee is so vital. They must carefully manage these risks to ensure the trust fund remains a reliable source of income. As we can see, trust funds can generate income in a few different ways. But is it a good way to generate income? Scene script. Like any investment, trust funds come with their pros and cons. Let's dive into the world of trust funds to understand the benefits and drawbacks that come with using them as income generators. Starting off with the advantages, the first one that typically springs to mind is tax efficiency. Trust funds can be structured in ways that minimize the tax burden on the trust's income. For instance, the trust fund can distribute income to beneficiaries who are in lower tax brackets. This strategy is a common way to reduce the overall tax liability, making trust funds an attractive option for many investors. Control over assets is another advantage. With a trust fund, the grantor can specify the terms under which the beneficiaries receive distributions. This could be age-based, event-based, or even tied to specific behaviors. This level of control is particularly beneficial when dealing with large sums of money or when the beneficiaries may not have the financial acumen to manage the assets wisely. Moving on, trust funds also offer a level of protection against creditors and legal judgments. Since the assets in a trust fund are not owned by the beneficiaries, they are often shielded from creditors. This can be a pivotal advantage for those looking to protect their wealth. Now let's shift gears and discuss the other side of the coin, the disadvantages. Firstly, setting up a trust fund can be a complex and expensive process. It involves legal documentation, which requires the services of an attorney. The initial setup cost, annual maintenance fees, and potential trustee fees can add up, making it less feasible for those with smaller estates. Next, there's the issue of irrevocability. Many trust funds, once established, cannot be changed or revoked without the consent of the beneficiaries. This can be a significant drawback for those who value flexibility. Lastly, while trust funds can offer tax advantages, they can also lead to higher taxes in certain situations. For example, undistributed income within a trust fund can be subject to higher tax rates than individual income rates. It's a nuanced area that requires careful consideration and planning. Trust funds also require ongoing management. This can be time-consuming and may require the services of a professional trustee or management company, which adds to the overall cost. In conclusion, trust funds can be a powerful tool for wealth management and income generation, offering tax benefits, control over assets, and protection from creditors. However, they can also be costly, inflexible, and potentially lead to higher taxes if not properly managed. While trust funds offer several advantages, they also come with potential risks. It's crucial to consider these factors before deciding to use a trust fund as an income generator. So, is a trust fund a good way to generate income? As we draw the curtain on this enlightening discussion, let's take a moment to revisit some of our key points and find a balanced conclusion. A trust fund, as we've learned, is a legal entity that holds and manages assets on behalf of another individual or group. It's a sophisticated tool that can provide a myriad of benefits, from ensuring financial security for loved ones to preserving wealth for future generations. Trust funds can indeed generate income primarily through investments in stocks, bonds, real estate, and other income-producing assets. However, like any financial tool, trust funds aren't a one-size-fits-all solution. They come with their own set of pros and cons. On the one hand, they offer control over how and when the assets are distributed, potential tax advantages, and protection from creditors. On the other hand, they can be complex to set up, costly to maintain, and may limit access to your assets. So the question remains, is a trust fund a good way to generate income? The answer largely depends on your individual circumstances, financial goals, and risk tolerance. If you have substantial assets to protect and you're looking for a long-term strategy to provide for your heirs, a trust fund could be a viable option. If you're seeking a more immediate or flexible income stream, other investment avenues might be more suitable. In any case, it's crucial to remember that investment is not a gamble. It's a strategic move that requires careful planning, informed decisions, and regular monitoring. And while trust funds can be a part of your wealth management strategy, they shouldn't be the only tool in your toolbox. So as we wrap up this discussion, let's go back to where we started. Remember, a trust fund can be a powerful tool for managing and protecting your wealth. However, whether it's a good way to generate income depends on your unique situation. Always consult with a financial advisor before making any major financial decisions.